Well, the Red Cross does a lot in our community, some things you may not even realize, and they are always in need of volunteers. And here to talk about that with us today is Heather Silvio with the Red Cross. You're also a volunteer, we should also mention, and you also have a job, have another life, but yet you still volunteer.
Yes.
Why do you volunteer with the Red Cross?
So part of the reason that I volunteer is it's important to me to give back to the community. And this allows me to do that, as you said, while still having a life.
Right.
You know, I'm able to work full time, I have a family and do those kinds of things, but when needed, I'm available to step in.
A lot of people may not realize the work that you guys do, and I covered a lot of fires in my day as a reporter in Philadelphia, and I would often see just the faces of families, especially kids, who were just traumatized after everything they know has just been burnt, and you guys are there to help them. Explain to me what you do.
So you're absolutely right. When something happens, often there's that sense of helplessness. What the heck am I going to do now?
Right.
And we are those friendly faces. So we step in, and the first thing that we do is we assess the family and we provide those basic needs. And that's going to be food, shelter, clothing. And that may be what people think of like, say, shoes.
Right.
But it also could be something like a toy for a child. We don't necessarily think about that as a basic need, but when you've lost everything, sometimes just having something that you can hold on to will give you that. We also have what we call our comfort kits.
Right.
And these can have, you know, a comb.
Yeah, the basics.
Hand towel, right?
Yeah.
Our basic toiletries, so that you can have some sort of semblance of normalcy when you've just watched potentially all of your stuff go up in flames.
And a lot of times these fires, obviously, they happen in inopportune times during overnight hours where it's very cold, or early morning hours where it's very cold. So oftentimes I would see you guys show up to the scene and you have blankets, just something like that, just so they're shivering, they're in their pajamas. They've gone through this awful event in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of it, beyond those basic needs, yes, blankets, food, clothing, that kind of thing. We also work with community partners if they need something that's a little bit more specific. You know, sometimes we may have pets and we need pet-friendly shelters, and that's not something that we're necessarily going to think about in the face of an emergency. But we're there to work with our partners to be able to provide that.
And you would also, you know, find them a temporary place to stay, which is obviously vital.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So talk about the volunteers and efforts right now to attract more volunteers. You guys are always in need of volunteers,
yes.
Always in need of people who are willing to donate.
Yeah, absolutely. Typically what we tell folks is you can call us at 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can go to our website, redcross.org/Southern Nevada. Monetary donations are always welcome. I mean, we provided aid to over 1,100 people last year, and
Amazing.
we rely on donations to be able to do that. But then obviously, you know, we're always looking for people like me who want to give their time to make a positive impact in the community.
So it is doable. You could have a job and you could still donate your time with the Red Cross, because Heather here is proof of that.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having
All right,
us.
we'll be right back.